want to touch on something that works my nerves. Your there's only a group of dumbasses on the side of YouTube that want to come at you for your ethnicity, and I'm sitting back and saying, let's go. Now, first of all, I'm not addressing the you being Caucasian. Matter of fact, I was hoping that person could come on my chat so I could have a reason to block them from my channel. But I'm not so sure how old you are, but how long have you been going through this goofy shit in real life now on YouTube?
Well, in real life, I don't really go through that in that extreme. In real life, I don't deal with it at all as an adult. Now, when I was a kid, there was always the typical light-skinned jokes and, you know, having to fight a dark-skinned dude because he didn't like a light-skinned dude. And so that was something I dealt with as a kid, as a child. But by the time I became, you know, a teenager, it wasn't an issue anymore. As an adult in real life, it's not an issue. Now, the only time I ever have to deal with that is when I'm on YouTube. That's the only time I do it.
And it's like this. Let's assume that you are not whatever. Let's assume you're not black. The fact that you speak on behalf of black men should be enough. Don't you think?
It should, but it goes against what I call the unspoken Negro contract. Black people have this habit of complaining that nobody's on their side, but then when white people are on their side, they side-eye them. So it's like you can't win. You can't win for losing. So, you know, it's like when black people complain about cultural appropriation, right? When they say that you know, these white people acting black or whatever, right?
Right.
In my opinion, I'm like, well, there used to be a time where you were being forced to act white, and you had a problem with that, and you still have a problem with feeling like you're being assimilated into a white structure or a white society. And my thing is, if I see a white guy and he's dressed like Eminem and he talks like Eminem and he operates like Eminem, I feel like that white guy would have more of an ability to empathize with black people than the white guy that wants to be a Klansman. Like, wouldn't you prefer that to, because another thing that we don't want to acknowledge is that hip hop is the only force in this world that has touched every corner of the globe with the exception of the British Empire.
Fact.
So it's almost impossible to look at white people and not think that they're going to be influenced by that in some way. You know, it's gotten to the point where hip hop culture has become world culture, regardless of what. There's actually over in Asia, I think Japan maybe, and I think this is because of Wu-Tang, I'm not sure, but there's a group of Asians that they behave so black that you can't even. There's this one chick that I seen on TikTok, right? If I was to just play the sound of her talking, you wouldn't know she was Asian. You would think she was a black woman. And then
I know it. And I know plenty of Asian women growing up that does not sound Asian, the typical Asian.
At all. And the crazy thing about it is if you look at the video while she's talking, she has the mannerisms, she has the speech pattern down pat, the way she dresses, the way she operates, and that's not, in my opinion, that's not her trying to make fun of black people. That's literally who she is because of the influence of hip hop culture. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know. There are guys up here that say stuff about me, and it's funny to me because I do have some European on both sides of my family, but it's a couple generations removed. Like it's my great grandfather, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. But both, if you look at my mother and my father, they're black. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. They're goofy. All I know is I done lived my whole life as a black man. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And not only that, the people that want to call you out for your ethnicity I'd be tempted to come on the panels like, tell me what you've done for the black community that warrants you to gatekeep who's black, who's not. And since you feel like you are a gatekeeper, why did you allow so many things in the black community to take place? Because look at where we at right now as a whole.
Facts.
So I don't know why people are trying to judge somebody's blackness. It's like, can you please focus on something more important, like the black community as a whole?
Mm-hmm. But it's funny because, you know, anybody could clearly look at me and say he's not white, right? But the funny thing about it is when someone white does come on the panel, they're super respectful. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you think I'm white and that's the reason why you're being disrespectful, that doesn't make sense, because when somebody who actually is white comes up on the panel, you're super polite. Especially one particular individual I'm talking about. I'm not going to say his name, but whenever he's on the panel with white guys, he is the nicest guy in the world to them. It's like, bro, when you're on a panel with all black people and you're charging white people up for everything under the damn sun, why is it when someone white shows up, you don't have that same energy? You know what I'm saying? Like, why you don't say
those in the chat, do no need to write that person's name. We already know who he's talking about. Don't write his name. That's not important.